Dzień dobry Państwu. Bardzo się cieszę,
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. It is my great pleasure to be meeting you to address this topic today. Let me start by a trip to the past. I was 13, where for the very first time I thought that I'm fat. And I remember it, even if so many years have lapsed, in the during the routine testing, and when the nurse took my weight and my height, I felt shocked. I thought to myself, Jesus, there is too much of me. I must do something about it. And as she quit the room, I corrected this weight, and I didn't want to have other people perceiving me through the prism of those 2 digits. So I corrected this number, but this feeling, inconvenient feeling, stayed with me. Even without Facebook, without the internet, I was reading magazines, women's magazines, and from there I devoured knowledge about what to do when you're a plum. And I was 13, and I was just comparing myself against grown-up women who had improved images put into magazines. I knew what I should try to correct, or should be hiding something, and how to behave. I'm no longer such a girl. So many years have passed, but I encountered so many young people who feel that their body is enemy to them, that their bodies are inadequate, that would like to disappear and feel being of no value at all because they don't look like the persons they follow in social media. So it impacts their self-esteem, their behavior, their courage of taking on challenges. So this is a crucially important topic, something that follows us all the way. This is what our world is like. The standards and norms that are absorbed by young people every day make them feel disappointed if they see something in the mirror that what they would like to have. So not being good enough, being disappointment is very much connected with what they see in the mirror and compare it to what they see in the media. They scroll, they surf through, and if a young person absorbs such models and cannot possibly meet those models, those standards that are imposed on us by mainstream, they may feel unhappy, they may feel down. A very short exposure to such materials will reduce one's self-esteem dramatically. And culture imposes on us certain ideals. They will change in time. They will depend on the location. The Western world promotes being very trim and slim. And in the past, this was not so, where more plump figure was found attractive, speaking about one's fertility and wealth. At present, being trim, being fit means success, achievement, productivity, being in control. If you are overweight or you are blamed on being lazy, not in control of your life, and the looks is associated with who people are. This is how young people see the world. And since this is like an ever-present topic in our encounters with young people, we decided to launch a dedicated campaign together with a community of researchers, Curiosity. We ran a study among teenagers, and these are the most important findings. The number of likes or hearts they get is like to be or not to be for young people in social media. So they regularly check how what they publish on Instagram or in other social media is taken by the others. And social media are like a space where they experiment with their identity, build their image, but expose them to assessments and those positive assessments and feedback is very important to them. And if their image that has been just posted has not secured the sufficient number of likes, they remove it and they try to put something better instead, more catering to the taste of their audiences. So if someone tells you that you are pretty, you will feel pretty. This is what has been quoted from Martyna 15. So the other person will have a massive say on how you feel. So getting this heart or thumb up, you will feel better and more pretty. And if you are pretty, you can tap on your internal power. And without this heart, I will feel down, I will feel hopeless, helpless, etc. What is very interesting is about the filters young people impose. 43% of them declare that they try to retouch their image before posting it online. So the point is to make a beautiful picture without retouching. Well, producing a number of takes and selecting the one that looks best. Dove Beauty Without Filter study has shown that girls will take 14 shots of themselves before they select the perfect one to be posted. And Instagram is a kind of a space which is like the visiting card of young people. Sometimes they have two accounts, one that is available to parents and the other that is their own and private, and only their peers will get access to it. As they meet at parties, at various meetings, they give each other their Instagram particulars, and the others may get there and find out more about them. So the content they put up on Instagram is very thought through and considerate, so they only select the outfits that suit them best, that look nice, that look attractive. They select the best option of themselves to put it on the Instagram, and once they have posted any contents, they feel stress, they feel anxiety. More than 40, almost 40% worry about potential reactions of they have put up. 40% would like 34% would like to look very much the way they looked in the posted pictures in the internet. It is not that we compare or gauge ourselves against celebrities, influencers, models. No, we try to measure ourselves against our best pictures, and then if we see ourselves unbeautified, so to say, without the right take, without the right body posture, without any filter, the discrepancy between what we aspire to and what is here and now is very painful. So what you look like and weighs a lot, not only because attractive looks will attract attention, will generate for you much of positive reactions, but we combine physical attractiveness with getting access to other behaviors and being popular. If I'm pretty and if I fit into the model and template promoted by mainstream, I will be popular. If I'm pretty, I will have more friends. People believe that pretty young people are happier, and everyone would like to be happy, to be popular, to have more friends. So putting together those two phenomena, physical attractiveness as determined by cultural standards, and everything that comes with it, like happiness, friends, being popular, is very dangerous. 24% of young people do believe that if they looked better, meaning fitting into the mold that the mainstream has created for them, their life, the quality of their life would be better. So, being as I am, I cannot be happy, very happy. Being as I am, I won't have so many friends, because who would like to have an unattractive friend? I won't be happy. I won't be as happy as my friend who looks better, or I won't be as happy as the influencer whom I follow. And social media is a source of both pressure and inspiration. Young girls do admit that they get a lot of knowledge about how to take care of their beauty and looks from the internet, and how to modify their looks, how to perform, how to expose their nails or eyelashes. So everything revolves about beauty and looks. Everything revolves around being attractive. And girls may, of course, be inspired by various styles from Pinterest. And once they have a look as if from Pinterest, and this is the only situation where they feel happy, well, this should be a problematic situation for us to work on, because we cannot always afford to get an outfit as promoted. I would like to have lips as Kylie Jenner. This is the sentence that we saw in our survey.
Obserwują w mediach społecznościowych, wpływają na to, jak czują się ze sobą, ale też wpływają na to, jak chcieliby wyglądać. A chcieliby wyglądać właśnie jak to, co widzą, czyli mieć powiększone usta czy zmieniony nos. Takie osoby są inspiracją, ale też wpływają na to, na samopoczucie. Są inspiracją do tego, żeby nie zawsze do tego, żeby
they are a source of inspiration to
są inspiracją do tego, żeby poprawiać swoje zdjęcia, żeby dążyć
correct the photographs, to use filters, to retouch in order to achieve this promoted look. So this attempt to look closer to what we have in social media is very strong. There is also this very natural trend to compare to these people, and usually we do not look very well compared to the celebrities we follow. Over 32% of young people would like to look like the people they follow. Amongst people who are subject of hate speech due to their looks, we achieved the rate of 48%. So not only people are not happy with the way they look, and they aspire to look differently, and we feel detached from our own body. We are detached from who we are. We lose contact with ourselves because we look at images that are unrealistic, and we feel closer to them than we feel in relation to our own body. And even though young people know this is unrealistic and this is not true, but there is this certain duality. On one hand, we know that this face is retouched, but we want to have skin like this. We know this body has been retouched, but I want such body. So even though they are aware of the use of filters and retouching, they still aspire to look like these photographs. And another bit of information, 27% of young people, when they scroll through social media, they feel pressured to change the way they look, to look differently. And as for being satisfied with one's own look, 62% of girls and 71% of boys think they look okay. However, when it comes to people who are unhappy about their body, well, more girls are unhappy about their body, and overall 17% of teenagers are not happy about their body. Girls are also more critical when it comes to individual parts of their body. For example, this is clearly seen when we speak about thighs. 20% of girls have negative feelings about their thighs, and only 9%, or as many as 9% of boys. And if we think about negative emotions about the body, 9% of people hate their body. It is a lot, because we are speaking about hating the way I look, hating my body, hating how we are. Over 20% of young people would like to look better, closer to the image that is being promoted online. This is very disconcerting, and we need to do something in order to counteract this trend. This is our responsibility. It is the responsibility of grown-ups. We need to make sure that we educate young people, that we teach them to look at media they consume in a critical way. We know that workshops on trying to decompose these models or disarm these models, showing how this is actually impacting us, are very helpful. The effectiveness of these workshops is not as good when we work with secondary school students and university students, in particular girls. There we see that these models are very strongly embedded already. So we should work with smaller children, teaching them how to read contents from social media. We should also make sure that children have access to very diverse content. This symbolic annihilation of people who look differently to what is promoted in mainstream results in us not being able to see certain groups of people, certain types of bodies. We should try to counteract this. We should show the young people that people are very diverse. In their bubbles, in their media bubbles, they may not have access to content that proves that people can look differently, and they can also focus on other things, not just their beauty, not just their looks, not just their body. So we should show people who have passions, who have hobbies, not only revolving around the way they look. A family should also be a space where we learn about ourselves, we learn about our body and the way we perceive it. We should be very careful what we say about ourselves as grown-ups, because when I say, no, don't take a picture of me because I don't look well, I need to prepare for the summer season because I will never wear a bikini looking like this. These messages are something we do not notice ourselves, and they also impact our children, and they impact the atmosphere surrounding the body, because we, in other words, say we need to prepare to be seen by others. I need to prepare my body in order for my picture to be taken. So we need to be very careful there. This also pertains to words, critical words about children's looks, but also non-verbal signals, such as raising your eyebrows when someone wants another handing of a dessert. Some critical remark which in our mind may seem quite neutral, but still focuses on a child's body in a negative way, can be very dangerous. And it's also very important for us to make sure that we feel our bodies and not just look at them. And I encourage you to perform an experiment which can be done at any given point in time. Do I feel the way I feel, or do I feel the way I look? Sometimes I feel well, then I look into the mirror and I'm not happy anymore. Our mood drops and I'm not happy anymore. And let me just quote Roxane Gay from her book Hunger. She says, I believe that we need wider definitions of beauty than ones that consider diverse types of body shapes. I believe that it is important for people to feel well in their bodies without feeling the need to change everything. I want to be certain that my value as a human being does not stem out from the size of clothes I wear or the way I look. So we should all try to think about how we could do this and what can be done in order for young people to understand that their value does not depend on the way they look. So this is the starting point for our campaigns that we are working on, and we will be ready to talk about it in December. Thank you.